Hi Aquarius, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim. So today, Aquarius, for your meditative session, you guys got Groundhog Spirit, time to let go. Number 31, making a 4. I feel like you're getting the signal right now to, it's not like, I don't know what it is specifically. It could be something specific for all of you guys, like what it is that you're working on letting go. But I feel like the energy to me is like let go of control. Like that's the first thing I thought of. It's like letting go of this idea of control. I think like in our minds, we want to believe that we're in control of our lives, because if we thought that we weren't, it would be really like scary, right? Like imagine thinking like that nothing is in your control, right? I think it could cause some people to feel like at unease. But for me, like I think sometimes it makes me feel like actually good, because it's like life is so random. You don't really know what's going to happen, right? So you might as well just do whatever the hell you feel like at this point, right? Like I kind of go with that vibe. But I feel like some people are like, no, I have control of like so many things. Like I feel like it depends on your perspective, right? But I think the perspective that's needed is to feel like, to let go of the idea of control. And maybe it's better to think of it that way, because I feel like when you think that you're in control, you want to control everything, and it puts you in this stressful state where it's like, I have to make sure that, like, you know, I feel like there's a list of things that you need to make sure happen exactly the way that you need it to happen, because if it didn't happen that exact way, then that makes you feel like you're not doing something right? It's not even a perfectionist attitude. It's just, I think it's the way that you see things. It's like, logically to you, it makes sense that like you can control certain things. But I feel like the idea behind this card is to let you know that it's like the opposite, right? It's like the idea of control is just an illusion, right? The idea of that you can control things, because like, yeah, you can like go, you don't want to be late for something and you leave like with a lot of extra time, and like that's how you remain like in control, right? Like I'm gonna get there on time because I left early. But at the end of the day, it's like so many things could happen, right, to like not get you there on time. And technically you have no say, right, over if that's gonna, like if something's gonna happen or not. Like if there's gonna be an accident, you're gonna be stuck in traffic. You know what I'm saying? If your tire might pop, like, and again, I feel like you're gonna find me and be like, well, I can check my tires and I can check Waze or Google Maps to make sure that there's no accidents, and like again, I'm in control. But again, it's like you're fighting me on this, and it's funny because I think the message is really to tell you like you're not. And I know it's like harsh, but I think that's really the message. Like you're not in control. Like the idea of control is not really real. And I think it bothers you that I'm saying this, so I'm laughing, but I really think that's the message, Aquarius. So let's pull some cards and see what we got. Again, I'm getting all these like masculine energies like as my first card. So I don't know if I'm speaking to the masculines or if this is more for like to represent what's going on with the masculine. But I feel like this person is being told, right, with this letting go, it's like to let go of this, right? With the Hierophant in reverse and the Ten of Swords, it's like I feel like they're trying to help this person to let go, right, of this painful cycle. Like let go, like what they're letting go. Again, it's like, it's funny. It's like they want this person to feel, like this person always feels like they're not on solid ground, right? Like she's like kind of coming out of the smoke, but she's in reverse, the Hierophant. And I feel like with the Hierophant and the Ten of Swords, it's like this person it's like let go, one, of this painful cycle in the past, and two, like there's something about feeling like not on solid grounding, right? And it's like, I don't know if this person's meant to be on solid grounding, because we have water and like smoke here, right? And it's like, I think the king of water, that's something that they understand, right? Because they're upright. It's like they need to understand this to continue moving forward. They need to understand that. I think that like shit can happen at any time, right? Like you can plan for that job interview, right? Where you can like, you're like, well, if I plan for this interview, there's no way it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? I left early and all this, and then it's like this accident happens, you're late to your interview. Do you know what I'm saying? And instead of you seeing it as like, oh, well, it was meant to not be, right? It was not meant to be, because if it was meant to be, I'd be there right now and I would have gotten in the job. But like literally something stopped me from getting there. And it's like, you're seeing it as like the worst thing in the world, right? You're like crying over the fact that you didn't get this job, right? You're like, this is the end for me. But you're not seeing with the Hierophant in reverse that there's a plan out there for you that you're not getting, right? And I feel like this ending comes with you deciding to take that chance and that risk, and like, well, I don't have control, right? Like it's like an element, like it's not real, right? It's an illusion, right? This control, this like maybe this happened for my good, right? And I think it is, right? Because you have the Ace of Coin with the Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like, again, we're talking a lot about Pentacles because, again, it's like we're talking about that footing that you feel like you don't have, right? Like you don't feel like you're on proper ground sometimes. Like you feel like everything's just up in the air, and that makes you feel uncomfortable, right? But it's like that letting go, right? I feel like this intuition card has to do with this like letting go. It's like letting go of that thought of like, I have this control. You think that it keeps you free, like it keeps you powerful, but I think it keeps you chained. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like that thought that you have of like, I am in control. You think that it makes you feel good, but what it really does is it upends you all the time. Like it just shows you all the time that you don't, right? So then you're like, I'm gonna plan again and make sure that I get it right again, right? And I'm gonna put even more precaution on this. I'm gonna make sure my car is this, and I'm gonna like make sure this, and like you leave 3 hours early, and then it doesn't happen again, and then you're like, okay, what the like, right? Like I don't know what to do, right? And it's like that this thought of like control is what makes you feel like, again, that like that's keeping you chained. Like that's what the thought that you are in control is really what's messing you up. And if you were to release it and say like, you know what, I'm not, let's just let what's supposed to happen, let's just see where life is guiding me, that is so much sweeter. Like that's where you're going to be led, right? Like once you accept that fact, that's where you're led, right? You're like led into the forest, right? You're led into this new, I want to say it's like a new world, literally. Like wherever you're being led is so much better than where you are. I don't know if you understand this though. Like wherever you're being led by whatever circumstances are happening to you right now, it's like might feel like the end of the world, but what really is going on is you're being led somewhere so freaking beautiful and abundant. And I want to say it's like this person's in the darkness, right? It's reminding me kind of like space. It's like you're being led. It's like, again, she's like walking out into the darkness, right? So it's like, I know you don't know where you're going, and I know you're like, that's what's giving you this unease. It's like, I have no idea where I'm going. Like where are they taking me? Like why is things happening this way? And it's like for a reason. I don't know where you're going, but like look at this Ace of Pentacles. Like that's where you're going. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think you're gonna find so much pleasure where you're going with this Desire card. You're gonna find so much, like, it's more than stability. It's like, it's more than pleasure. It's like wherever they're leading you, again, it's like a new world. Like this doesn't exist anymore. But you have to be in this like energy of, I want to say acceptance, and it's like acceptance of the fact like that you're not in control, right? You're not. It's going to liberate you to understand this concept, but I think you see it in another way. There's something here about like space. Because like, again, here I'm noticing the stars. So it's like, I feel like your dreams will be fulfilled where you're going, right? And you end on the Sun card. So it's like, I know where you're going is better than here. And look at this here. Like with the Ten of Swords here, this is terrible energy, right? The Hierophant in reverse, like I think that's them wanting you to see something, right? And this is what they want you to see. And that wherever they're leading you is so much better than where you are right now, that you have to just trust it. Because like the fact that you, like, think of the way you did things the old way, right? Like the old way that you did things, did it lead to like abundance? Did it lead to fulfillment? Do you feel good, right? Like, no, probably not. So it's like the new way that you're going to do things and the way that they're leading you is going to lead to that. But you just have to trust it. And it's kind of like this blind faith, which I feel like you're not about. Like, you don't like it. I feel like maybe this might come with like a very astonishing, like with like the way that this might come about is with like a tower moment, right? When like you can't stay on the tower anymore, you literally have to jump off, because if you don't, you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like that's the vibe I'm getting. Like if you're, again, it's to bring you to some sort of stability, right? With the Mother here, it's like to bring you to this. But you're having a really hard time accepting it, and I think you're gonna give it one last fight. With the Seven of Wands, I see you trying one more time, right? You're gonna try one more time to put control into a situation, like however that means to you, like going one more time the way that I'm telling you not to go, which is like to hold on to things and to hold on to the thought and the idea that like you're in control, and it's gonna just blast you off the tower. Like you're gonna have a tower moment. I think you're gonna try one more time, to be honest. And that's okay, because sometimes we need to see things. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how many times we have to go around to see something. Like that's just it's our nature, like it's our human nature, and that's what's needed for us at this time, and it is what it is. And I feel like you're gonna try one more time, and I think you're gonna see that, like you're gonna end up seeing this anyway. So it's like, it doesn't matter if you see it now or if you see it after this tower moment, you're gonna end up seeing it, which is the whole point, right? And it's gonna end up you being where you're meant to be. And I feel like it's in this like paradise, right? It's this place where it's like meant to be for you. Like there's something that you're supposed to be doing right now, or a place you're supposed to be, and you're like fighting it 100% because you think that it's like you're thinking of what you really want, and there's like this whole plan for you that you don't even see. So it's like you're being led in that direction, but you're pulling on to like this side really, really strongly, and that rope is gonna break, right? Like whatever you're holding on to is gonna end up falling with the tower, and it's like you're gonna end up getting there anyway. That's what I want to say. So just let it go, right? Like let it go. Let them like guide you, and that might feel like the most weird feeling to just let them do kind of the work, but that's really what it's all about. Well, let's pull some Divine Feminines for you guys. So yeah, Aquarius, this is the only thing that came out for you guys, and honestly I don't want to pull a fairy because I really think that this is like the message for you guys. So Aquarius, I hope this resonates with you. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next week.